Hi, my name is Tammy. I'm the president of Fun and Adventure at Singles Travel International. And tonight we're getting to know each other at our meet and greet for the Singles Spa and Pickleball Retreat in Ecuador. We're so excited. We have a beautiful resort and polo club with brand new pickleball courts. And tonight we actually have our pickleball pro in residence in our Zoom meeting. So we've just taken some time to get to know each other, find out where we are in our pickleball journey. And we're going to start going through the documentation and answer everybody's questions so you feel completely prepared for your vacation. So I'm going to go ahead now and cast my screen for a sec. First of all, on the trip page, which is at singlestravelintl.com, you would navigate over to the trip page, and on all of our vacations we have a nav bar on the left hand side that is showing the travel documents, right? So when you first book, you've got highlights, itinerary, frequently asked questions, the trip chat, which is exclusively reserved for members who are on the trip so they can confidently and privately converse with each other. There's a who's going section, but today we're going to zip right over to your travel documents. 21 days before your trip departs, we publish this and we send you an email. So when you click on that, it opens up to this document, which is everything you need to know before you go. At this point, I just want to invite anybody to, I'll start going through the letter, and you're welcome to unmute yourself, ask your questions. I've privatized your images so you won't be on the YouTube channel. So please feel free to ask questions. And I like to start there. Does anybody have some burning questions that you'd like us to answer right off the bat?
It's not a question, but I can tell you that I went to fill out the traveler health declaration today.
Okay.
I got all the way through it, and the final button is, to submit the form. And it won't be accepted because it says that the travel date has to be prior to December 31, 2023.
Oh,
So that's on that government form. So
well then
we,
maybe they have not, they're not requiring that anymore. Rob, do you want to weigh in on that?
Sure. Yeah, so this was something that was done, during when we were all still doing the COVID and
right,
the
yeah,
other
yeah,
tests. Yeah.
Mhm.
So the fact that it says 2023, fantastic. I've been back and forth now the last the last couple times now, and I haven't. So this was more of a safety precaution, but the fact
Okay,
now that it's for 2023, that's even better. That means it's not
okay,
necessary.
right, okay.
Yeah,
Very
so
good.
we're going. Thank you for that. And I would say so. I wanted this in there because I saw the restrictions, but now that you've gone through it, if anybody else wants to validate that, because there's a trust but verify, there's that segment. Please do. But if it doesn't let you submit it, I'm. It sounds to me as though you're not going to need it. And Rob did say that, but I said let's put it in just to be sure. So thanks for the update. Sounds like you guys will not need to do the health form.
Okay,
However, if you, let's say you got to the airport and the airline says you can't board without doing this, then at least you have the link. So have this document ready, in your phone so that if you had to, you could have it. I don't think that's going to happen, but just in case, at least you know you have it. That makes sense? Okay. Anybody else have a question or a comment or a helpful hint?
What about the travel insurance then? Do we still have to have a copy of something to give somebody?
Yes, that is still in effect.
Okay. Is it anything, or is it the what specifically can we give them? an invoice for it, a policy number,
Yeah, usually you get a policy and you can print it. I mean, we always offer travel card and you're not obliged to purchase it with us for sure. But most of the time when you buy travel insurance, they send you an email with your confirmation or a policy number, and then you should be able to just print that. It's often an attachment that has all of the, a summary of the inclusions. That's what I would look for.
okay, thank you.
So
Sure.
I have something
Wow.
related to that. My health coverage covers me in foreign countries. So I'm thinking if I would just bring I don't know what to bring, a proof of benefits, a proof of coverage.
Yeah, I mean, if you have your coverage through whomever is providing your coverage, I would give them a buzz and say, I need to demonstrate that I have coverage. Where should I go? Is there a place that in my profile? Is there something that you can send to me? Try to get your hands on something that shows that with your name on it and what your coverage includes.
Okay. Thank you.
And they may or may not ask for it, but if they do, it could be tricky, right? So it's a little bit of a random process when you get to Ecuador. But as of today, they're still requiring it.
Okay.
And I believe it's good to have insurance. Not everybody has the same worldview. It's just excellent when something happens to you that you have the coverage. You never know.
I did get an extra coverage to airlift me out if I have to be airlifted out. So
Okay.
I did get an additional travel insurance
Excellent.
for
Wonderful.
health concerns.
Okay. Great. So we're just going through the checklist here. If anybody has specific questions, let me know. You're already attending tonight's event, so that's great. I'm going to work backwards a little bit. Does anybody need some assistance with WhatsApp?
No.
So let me just get like a show of hands where you can let me know. You can just hit that little button at the bottom. Let me see if I can do it. Put a little hand up because I can't see you guys now because I turned everybody off so that you're not showing up on the video. If you can just give me like a raise your hand that you have WhatsApp. That'd be awesome. Okay.
This is Pam. I have WhatsApp.
Okay, gotcha. How
Yeah,
about
this is-
Claire?
Yeah, I do as well.
Okay, and just say your name so that I know who it is.
This is Claire and I do have WhatsApp.
Okay, great. Pam, Beverly, Don, Maura, do you guys have it? Karen? I'm going to actually unmute everybody so that way. Because the reason I'm asking is I would show you how to add Rob to your WhatsApp account because it's a different, oh no, it's a USA number. So we don't have to do Ecuador. So here's his number, which was in the letter. I would like all of you to add Rob, and then he started a group chat. So if you text him, he'll add you to the group chat. And that way you will be able to be in contact with him on the road, the day you're traveling. If you have any delays, I want you to be able to text Rob because he's involved with the arrival transfers when you get to Ecuador.
All right, so let's see who's got the fastest fingers in this group. I
All
want
right,
everyone to please take out your cell phone. And then when you take it out, all right, we'll wait for a couple people to get their phones because we're gonna have a race. All right. And the race is who can send me the text the fastest, not an SMS, but a text via WhatsApp.
Right.
So you can see the phone number on the screen.
The
You could
number.
text, yep, you could text that number. It's a United States number. You could text that number right now, and let's see who I get the text from first. And the winner.
And you want
Yeah.
to put their name in there.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. All right. All right. I got you. Okay. I got one person.
All
I got
right.
I got number two. Okay.
Awesome.
All right. You guys are doing it. And now, and then as you keep texting me, I'm going to keep adding you to the group. So this way everyone's all in. And some of you might have already texted me who already is in the group, which is fine. But I just want to make sure everyone's there. So
Okay, I see Beverly, Claire, Pam. Awesome. And that's great, Rob. And so if anybody needs help with it, let me know because I can do I'm able to show my phone on the screen and I can walk you guys through it. Happy to do that. Awesome.
I have a question on this app.
Okay.
I have the app, of course, but how do I get the little whatever it is to go onto my phone as a I don't know what you call them but I have to always search WhatsApp and then I can get on it and text you. But how do I get the little icon onto my front of my phone?
So do you have WhatsApp on your phone already?
Yeah, but I can't never find it because it never came up on like on the screen.
Do you have an iPhone?
I do.
Okay, watch. I'm going to stop share for a second. Let me share my screen. I'm going to do a little demo here. Give me a second to get that going. All right, here we go. Okay, so now what you're going to do, so you have an iPhone. Let me get out of here. So this is what I do. I have a ton of apps, right? I'm going to swipe right.
Right.
Okay, and there's me in Tahiti. And then I'm going to just take my finger in the middle of the screen and I'm pushing down till I get a search box. Are you able to do that?
No, it just makes them like have a bunch of, if I want to delete them.
Oh, because you pressed, so you probably did like that. You pressed, right? See, they're all like wanted to.
Yeah.
So, okay, so just put your finger anywhere on the screen and let that go.
Yeah.
And then I just want you, I'm taking my right finger and I'm swiping from left to right across your screen.
Yeah, I know I've done it before, but I'm not getting that when I go.
There's also a search button on the main screen, right at the bottom.
Right at the
there.
bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, whoever it was. So hit the search button on the bottom. Awesome, that's so much easier.
Okay.
And now type in what's app, or just type in what's, and it should pop up above you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
Remember that trick, and now go ahead and hit on WhatsApp.
Okay.
Now, the next thing, do you see the plus sign in the upper right-hand corner on a blue field right here?
I see it. It's on the, yeah, I don't have that. I just have video and a phone. I have a plus on the bottom.
Okay, well, hit your plus on the bottom then. Let's see that. And does it look like this?
No, it just lets me type something.
You can put your message in it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so somebody coach her on this because mine's looking a little different.
Yeah, I mean, I've done this before with my other apps, but for whatever reason, I can't get this one to go on there.
Okay, so
okay, wait.
She add a new contact.
New contact, our new group, new contact, new community.
Okay, yeah, new contact. There you go. Hit new contact.
Okay.
Now do you see something like this?
Yep.
Okay, so type in Rob, R-O-B. I'm sorry, I keep on doing this. So do Rob. And then you can do pickleball or whatever you want to call them.
that's my last name, by the way.
And then, or you could put his last name. If you count.
Right.
Oh, it's Pickleball's my last name.
Okay. This is last name. And then down here, put your finger there and then type in 516-851-7141. And the
Yep.
save, and then save it.
Yep.
So if you, I already have them, so I don't want to do a duplicate. So you just
Yeah, I
save
have
it.
that.
And now do you
Yep.
know how to send them a message?
Yeah, I just was trying to get the icon on my
Great.
or whatever you call that thing on my phone, but it
Okay.
won't come up.
Wonderful.
Maybe when I get there, we can figure it out.
Do you
No.
have an app library? Do you know how to go to your app library?
My app library.
Right. If you scroll all the way to the right, it'll come up as your app library. And you'll see all your different
Oh,
apps.
yeah. Okay.
Okay, just push
Oh,
on the
that's what I've been-
WhatsApp, hold it, and drag it back.
Right. I was looking for that.
Oh,
That's going to
good.
the left.
Perfect. So please put Rob in though before you go, because if you have a delay or something, let's say your flight's delayed, he's picking you up. Well, he has drivers picking you up. So you'll want to be able to text him on WhatsApp to say, hey, my flight's now, it's not coming at 5, I'm coming at 7, right? So make sure you put it in before you leave. We should do it now. Or
Yeah,
Who
I'll-
was that
I'll-
helped me? Thank you.
yeah, no problem.
I
I
have
have it
everyone,
on there.
I have everyone except for two people, Barbara and Maura.
Okay.
I haven't,
I sent you twice already today. It's coming up under the text. I wonder why you're not getting it.
Is the number correct? Do you have this number in there? 516-851-7141.
Okay. Cause it shows
Don't worry,
as
guys,
being,
this is like
yeah.
normal stuff. We do this for every group. And it's worth the energy, I promise.
And Maura, are you able to do it as well?
I would rather do it at another time because I'm afraid I'll disconnect the,
The meeting? Okay, no problem.
yes.
Okay, after we're done, you can go ahead and send Rob a message. And Rob, I'm gonna send you Maura. Maura, may I send Rob your number so he can
Oh,
initiate?
certainly, sure.
All right.
And if Barbara, you're having a problem, Tammy, if you can send me Barbara's number,
Yeah,
I can do
Barb,
that
do
as
I
well.
have your permission to share your number with Rob?
sure. Mhm.
Okay, perfect, no problem. Okay, great. Hey, guys, so now, that's the WhatsApp. I mean, I know everybody filled this out, I'm not gonna cover point number 4. My team said you finished it. The traveler health declaration, we all decided you don't need it. We talked about insurance, and everybody, this is a biggie. Is your passport valid for 6 months after you return?
Yep.
Yes,
Okay.
of course.
Okay, perfect. It's very common for people to think that their passport is good until the day it ends, right? But that's not the case. Okay, so we're gonna move on to this next level here, just to talk about social media. Rob's going to be videotaping and he's going to be taking pictures and he's posting on our social media. So if you don't want to be in Facebook and Instagram, please let him know. We want to respect your privacy if that's a big deal for you. Otherwise, we will be filming and videotaping and taking pictures and just sharing everything that's going on in Ecuador. We also, just like tonight's event, we have travel previews and other live events on Zoom. So that's part of the community here at Singles Travel International. And we have a merch store. We need to get pickleball paddles, I think, on the merch store and some pickleball merch. Rob, let's talk about that. But as a premium member, anything that you buy on our store, you get $5 off everything. If you need the code, let me know. Happy to share that with you. These are all of our social media outlets, and we would love to see you guys on social media. You can always post on your own and mention us at Singles Travel. We love to see everybody else's posts, and for Facebook, we're at Singles Travel International. So post away and share away. For travel day emergencies, we talked about texting Rob on WhatsApp. I our letter says that if you need assistance, call our number and then press 0. You are traveling on a Saturday, so it'll be faster. You're welcome to call us. Catherine will be on duty. She will call you back. If you need help rebooking a flight or something like that, she's versed in that as well. It will be important for you to send a message to Rob so he can adjust the transfer company and your arrival. So we want to be there when you get there. So if anything changes, please call us and also text Rob on WhatsApp. We talked about insurance. Remember, some bag regulations still in play. Make sure that you are checking with your airline before you travel to understand what the restrictions are, if anything. A lot easier to travel today than it was 2 years ago. Thank goodness. If your bag doesn't arrive when you get to Quito, please, no matter what anybody recommends to you, fill out a lost bag report. And when you do a lost bag report, you're going to get a claim number. It's going to have 6 characters in it. It'll have the airline code. So if you're on JetBlue, for example, it'll be B6 plus 4 more characters. So make sure that you get that copy. Take it with you. Let Rob know right away that you have it so he can start engaging the hotel staff and following up and trying to find your bag. And you would do it in Quito. You always do it at the very last stop. And you would make the claim with the airline that you made your ticket with. Okay, so if you change airlines along the way, it's whatever the departing carrier was. So, Rob, are your transfer folks going into immigration or are they outside of immigration?
Oh, no, they're outside of immigration. So when people exit and they go through customs, it's like a big row of people side by side, and then they'll have the people's names there. So this way they know, like, okay, great. I see my name there, and then they'll easily be able to go to the driver.
Okay, so we hear the letter says that the guy will be holding a sign with Singles Travel International logo. So can I send you the logo so we have the logo and the name?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right, great. I'm just gonna do a quick look here because I have some echoing, so I think there is. I'm gonna mute everybody, but if you have a question, please unmute, just to get rid of that echo. Okay, so thanks for that, Rob. So you guys, that's important. This is the first point of arrival in Quito. You're going to get there. You're going to go through immigration. That's the first point of any country. That's when you show your passport. They may ask you a question or two. When you pass immigration, you go get your luggage. After you pick up your luggage, that's when you go through customs. It's the same everywhere. They may not talk to you at all. They may have do they have green, red in Ecuador, Rob? Do you remember?
Green, red. What do you mean by green,
Well,
red?
sometimes in Central South America, they'll have like a green line and a red line, and if you don't have anything to declare, you just walk through the green line and you don't have to
No.
talk to anybody.
Nope, that doesn't. I've never seen that before.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
So anyway, so do they stop and talk to a customs agent? You
It's
don't
a
know.
free for all.
Okay, it's a free for all. So Rob's saying, so after you get your luggage, walk toward the exit. Once you're outside that sealed customs area, that's where you're gonna see your driver, okay? So immigration, bags, exit. Pretty simple.
That's very simple. Very simple.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's where you'll see them. And they'll have a sign, Rob, saying with our logo and your personal name. So that works out
Yes.
great. Okay. This is the hotel information. It's always a good idea to have this. I like to put it in my phone as a contact, or at least take a picture of this and have it, or print the letter out. Whatever your style, all of it works, but just a good idea to have it. So you have Rob's number, you have the hotel. Here's a list of everybody's arrivals. And who is staying early. So we have it in alphabetical order by first name. So that's why Barbara's first, then Beverly. So it's not in chronological order, but this is your name in alphabetical order. So we have some of you coming in early on the 8th. And Rob will, assist you once you get there. If there's something you want to do on the 9th, while we're waiting for everybody else to arrive, he can help you with that. It'll be at your own expense, but he's happy to make any arrangements that you need.
Yeah, and the hotel, all of the staff is bilingual. So if you do need to speak, you don't worry that you don't necessarily speak Spanish because everyone there speaks English.
Oh, that's great. That's great, Rob. Yeah.
Mhm.
Perfect. Okay, a little bit about safety with the food precaution. This is in the letter. Does anybody have questions about this? Because we have Rob here. He's down there. Maybe he can help answer the question if there was some confusion about this section.
Yeah, I mean, some people like to bring their water to refill. You can, and if you're conscious about with plastic and stuff like that, I know I am. It's always I'm always traveling with that, but we'll also have bottled water there as well. So no matter which way you look at it, we're gonna have you covered. But feel free to bring it so this way you can arrive, and yeah, water's gonna be in your room every single day. All right, so no worries about like, oh, where do I get my water? You'll have it in your room, and you can always refill as well. So you'll have plenty of water to drink.
Thanks, Rob. That'll be important because they'll be working out, right? So we'll be working
Yep.
out.
Yep.
Any questions about the itinerary, guys? That's on the pages 7 through 10. I won't go through that. You've got it there. One of my favorite, Papayacta Hot Springs. After you're working out, it's gonna feel wonderful. It's such a great place. Excited for you guys for that. So
Yeah, it's the best feeling of wellness and rejuvenation your body's ever going to feel, and it's going to be the perfect remedy for the end of the week to really soak your muscles into something like that. And the great thing about these pools is that it doesn't have that sulfur egg-like smell like other hot springs do. So you're in for a treat over here.
and we got a link to it. So if you want to take a look before you go, wonderful. But everything's taken care of for you down on the trip. So all you have to do is show up and have fun. Any kind of changes to the itinerary, again, Rob, the hotel, they're available. There are options. And we just want you to be flexible, flexible travelers. Things happen when there's travel. It could be anything. And I think most of the members that are joining us on this one are pretty well traveled. So you already understand that anything can happen. You'll have Rob there with you. He's your buffer. He's your concierge with Singles Travel. But just be mindful that it may require some patience from time to time. We don't know what's going to happen if there's any unforeseen traffic or weather. So we ask you for that. And if you want to do something that's off the agenda, again, Rob, and here at Singles Travel International, we bend over backwards, but sometimes it might require some additional expense on your part. We'd like to spell this out. Sometimes it happens that people come and they have different expectations. So I'm not going to belabor that point, but if there is something off agenda, just ask Rob. He'll let you know how much it is, and then he'll organize it for you.
Yeah, and the other great thing about it is you don't have to worry about, oh, do I have to keep up or do I have to do every activity? This is going to be your vacation. So depending upon the pace that you feel comfortable with, that's the pace we go at. Everyone's going to be going at a different kind of pace when we're playing, when we're doing activity. If you want to kick back and relax and you don't want to go on the afternoon tour, let's say, and you need some U time, you can take that U time and enjoy it. Or if you want to do something outside of the scheduled itinerary, we can do that as well. So just the important thing here is this: please just talk to me and talk to everybody here that's trying to help you out, because my whole goal here is I don't, oh, I really hate when you see people like, oh, please write at the end of the week what you thought of the trip. It's like, no, please tell me now. So this way I can do something about it. What good is it at the end of the trip, right? I never understood that. So if there's something that is missing, is something that you want, help in, let me know immediately. So then this way we make this experience exactly what you expect. Okay. So can everyone do that for me?
Yeah.
Yes, thumbs up.
That's such a great point too, Rob, because this is a small group. You know, last week we were in the Caribbean with 60 people. So, you know, even with 60, we try to customize. But with such a small group and you're with such a wonderful leader, you know, if there's some pivoting that's going to be beneficial or more fun or something that everybody starts to like gather around, Rob can help make it happen. So just let him know. So thanks for that, Rob. That's awesome. All right.
Should
Yeah.
we be bringing any local currency? No.
Oh, it's all USA, isn't it, Rob?
Yep, it's in 2000 they adopted the US dollar, so the
Okay.
same money you have in your pocket is the same
Nice.
money they give you back in change over there.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Sure. Here we've got everybody's flight information. So if this doesn't match, please let us know. But if it does, we're good. This is how we're going to work with everybody and their departures. Rob will take care of all of that. Make sure you're all squared away. A little bit about health requirements. Everybody, the main advice is that you check with your doctor and see based on your own personal needs what the doctor recommends. So we're not going to recommend anything in particular to you guys. Talk to your doctor or talk to a professional, a travel professional, like a travel nurse or a travel doctor. Any questions about that? Okay, great. All right, guys. Weather should be nice. Let's talk about weather and attire. I'm sure we have some questions about that, right?
So one thing I want you to do is please do not go onto weather.com and put in Ecuador, Quito, Ecuador, and see what the weather is, because it's always going to say that it's raining every single day. And guess what? It's true. But the thing is, we're not in Quito. And on the news, there's here in the United States, we have the three people, the weatherman, the sportscaster, the anchorman. In Ecuador, we have two people, the anchorman telling you the news of the day and the sports guy. There's no such thing as a meteorologist because everyone knows what the weather's going to be like depending upon the region that you go to. So what I can say is that the weather there in where we're going to be in the valley, it's always spring-like during the day and fall-like in the afternoon, evening. So in other words, the best way to be dressed is in layers. Some people are like, hey, can I wear shorts? You can, but then what happens if there's mosquitoes? And then you get little mosquitoes that bite your legs or whatever, and that's a pain, right? And it's like, oh, can you put a bug spray? Sure, but it's just one more added thing. So when I play there, I'm always wearing sweatpants, and I have my sun protection. I have my hat, my glasses. You're protected from the sun, but also make sure you dress in layers, because in the morning time frame, like I said, it's going to be 60s, 70s, 80s. So it changes. So make sure you wear like your sweatpants, your yoga pants, things of that nature, so you feel comfortable on the court. Don't worry about any bugs, any mosquitoes. and wear your hat, your glasses, sun protection, and then in the afternoon, make sure you have your hoodies, your little sweatshirt, if you tend to be colder, a little warmer jacket, your North Face, things of that nature, because it does cool down in the afternoon, evening.
All right, thanks, Rob. That's perfect. I think it sounds so pleasant. Pleasant weather for, playing pickleball and for touring. Not too hot. All right, guys, we talked about the money, US dollars. This is something that's just kind of common there, just, it can't be old or ripped, right, Rob? Just not yucky bills.
Yeah, just when you do bring the money, like whenever I go to the bank, I always go and make sure I tell them to give me unmarked fresh bills. So
Right.
they go through each one to make sure they give it to me. Because otherwise, if you give it to somebody, they're like, oh, it has a mark on it. We can't take it because when we give it to the bank's not going to accept it. So yeah, so just when you take the money, just grab some money from the bank and make sure it's unmarked and it's nice and clean. That's all.
Right. And now for me personally, I like to, nowadays at my bank, they have a machine and she says I don't get to have access to the drawer. The machine just spits it out. Whatever I tell her, I'll say I want, maybe 20 20s and I want so many 10s and 5s. But then after she gives it to me, I go through it and I count it and I give back the ones I don't want. She puts it back in and she spits them out again. So um, try to do your best. And if, whatever. And the nice thing about this is if you bring what you think you'll need, bring more. And then if you take it home, it's no big deal because it's US dollars. You didn't have to do an exchange and you didn't have to pay a fee to exchange it. So I always think it's good to have more than enough. Rob, is there an ATM at the hotel?
There's not an ATM at the hotel, but when we're traveling, we can easily stop by different banks that are en route. That won't be a problem. If you need to withdraw money, you will be
Right.
able to withdraw money from
Okay.
it with your ATM card.
Okay, and then how about in the rooms? Do they have a safe deposit box for themselves?
You know what? That's a really, really good question. I would imagine they should have one. I mean, it's a really high-end location. So I'm gonna go if I would have to look into that, but if I have to guess, I would definitely say yes, just because it's a
Okay.
high-end location.
And if you don't mind, just check because tomorrow I'll send this video to everybody and I can just include that in there. And if
Sure.
anybody, I know we're a little bit over time. If you have to go, we understand, but we're just going to continue through uh, the rest of this letter. We're almost there. The inclusive features are listed so everybody knows what's included, what's not included. And then, finally, just you already signed off on our fit and willing to travel. We do protect the experience for everybody. So please just be respectful to one another. That's what we can ask, right? We're all adults. We're there to have a good time. And we've got all these, things listed here. Sometimes it happens. So if there's some behavior that's not conducive to the group, Rob will, have an adult conversation in private with you and ask that you revise that. So for those of you who always behave, you should know and feel comfortable with that you have some guardianship around that. Have a great time. When you come back, we give you a chance to earn more credits towards your future trips with us. And Rob and I are gonna, I can't wait to hear the conversations when you guys go back again. We're already talking about doing Galapagos with the pickleball. So talk it up. And when you come back, if you do our survey within 7 days, you get a $25 credit. If you bring a friend next time, it's 25. And we have a little mission to get 100 5-star reviews on Google. If you don't have a 5-star review, you should talk to Rob early in the vacation. Like if there's something wrong, we want to address it up front. That's aside from the Google review. Our desire is that you have an amazing vacation. And Rob said earlier, if you don't talk to me and I don't know, we can't repair it after the fact. I know that several of you have traveled with us, so you know that you know, whether it's a private conversation, you have his text now, if you can't do it face to face, there's something that is bothering you in any way, let him know so we can fix it while you're on vacation. And so we look forward to the end, a 5-star review. And then when you do a 5-star review for us on Google, it would be praising the trip. And we're even more interested in your story. So there's some amazing stories already. Like, hey, I never played pickleball, but I signed up for the pickleball trip in Ecuador, and I can't believe how it changed my life, right? You don't have to say anything about Rob. You don't have to say anything about Tammy or Singles Travel. We want your story because other single people are reading those reviews. And sometimes it's a little scary to take that first step. So I applaud all of you for doing it, for taking the step to travel with a bunch of people you don't know. And now we're adding this extra level, which is the pickleball. So bravo. And your stories are courageous and inspirational. So that's what we love to see on the Google reviews. So
Question.
yeah.
Did they, charge card okay over there?
Say it again.
Like a Visa charge card okay over there?
I know it might be on my end. It's just cutting out a little bit. Would you mind repeating that?
Or you can
Yeah,
type
a
it in.
charge card. You know, credit
Charge
card?
card.
A charge card? Okay, what's the question?
Are acceptable over there at the resort and where we travel
Oh.
at?
Yes, yes. Credit cards are accepted. Rob, how are they with American Express in Ecuador?
Uh, they don't take it if I'm doing a deposit from here, but if I'm there physically, they do accept Amex. So yes, we're good there. Huh?
Okay, so because a lot of places Amex is catch if catch can, but they always take Visa and MasterCard. So if you have
Okay.
and a MasterCard, I would recommend that. I always bring my Amex and my MasterCard, and then I bring cash. So those are my three things, so that way and my debit card. So I'm covered no matter what. And I
Okay.
take pictures of all of them on my phone, so I have the front and the back in case I lose them. Same for my passport. All right, guys.
I do have a couple of questions. I see that there was, it's a 24-hour drop, pickleball, so can we just drop in anytime that there's people on the courts, you know, even if it's outside of our group playing time?
Yeah, so this is something that will be available for you. But remember, if let's say in the afternoon, if we're all going on a tour and
Right,
you're the only person there and there's no one else playing, then you're not going to be able to play. So
right.
just remember that. But if you go with us, oh, but and there might be two people who want to stick. So great. If you guys want to stick back and play, fantastic. But you don't want to stick back if you're the only person there.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I think somewhere it said that a paddle was part of the package.
Some people earned a paddle, not everybody. So it depended
Oh, okay.
when you booked it.
Gotcha. Okay, perfect.
Yeah, Rob has a list of the people who were eligible for that. I think there were 3.
Okay, that's fine.
Who's asking right now?
Oh, Claire, sorry. I don't
Claire.
think I would have been on that list.
No, I don't think you are either.
Okay, no worries.
What was that? I didn't quite catch that.
Some of the members booked, well, we had a promotion going for a free pickleball paddle.
Oh.
It
Gotcha.
was during the Cyber Week, and then we did it again in January for people that booked before the 23rd or something like that. And one during Cyber Week. So I think Barb was the only one in Cyber Week, and I think we had one person or 2 people in January.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah, so I think there are 3. So he has that, and he has the list.
Can I ask how many courts there are?
4 courts. And
4
because yeah, there's 4 courts. And because there's 8 players here, we're 4 courts is more than enough.
Yeah.
Oh,
Do
and,
other people in the community? Are there
Uh,
other people that come and use the courts?
well, it's also Yes and no. You kind of have to be a member. Remember, it's a private club where we're going to. So it's very high end, very restricted. Perfect example, when I was there, in the month of January, I bump into, Jeff Hoffman, who is the founder of Netflix and Booking.com. So it's a very, private location.
Mhm.
Any other questions? All right, guys, well, I'm not going to end our meeting, but I will stop the video here so that we have the recording for members who are not in attendance. If you're watching us on YouTube, thanks, and we look forward to meeting you in Ecuador.